It was assumed. Congressman Brindisi today made it official. He will seek re-election. News Channel 2's Caitlin Erla was at his formal announcement and joins us now live in studio with more on this year's race for the 22nd congressional seat. Caitlin.
Good evening, Jason. Well, it's not a surprise that Congressman Brindisi is seeking re-election. It's also not a surprise that after the election in 2018, things are already starting to heat up. A room full of constituents and supporters welcomed Congressman Anthony Brindisi as he officially announced his plans for re-election.
I am officially announcing that I am running for re-election because the progress we've seen and have fought for is just getting started.
The congressman touting his accomplishments while in office, sponsoring and co-sponsoring bipartisan bills, 4 which have been signed by the president.
Our best days are ahead of us, but we need people who can come together and put aside their party differences to actually get things done for the American people. That's what I've done over my last 2 years in office, and it's what I'm going to continue to do as long as the people will have me.
One of his opponents, Claudia Tenney, who wants her seat back, says she sees things in a different way.
He has an 8.8 or less than a 9 voting record with the President of the United States. That's 8 out of 100 with the President of the United States based on the policies. Anthony Brindisi's record is actually closer to Bernie Sanders, who he is not certain where he's going to go with that. We've seen Anthony Brindisi supporting impeaching our president 3 times. I mean, where are we going with this?
Brindisi just last week said he wouldn't support Bernie Sanders in his quest to be president. And before we make this a battle between Brindisi and Tenney, let's not forget that there are 2 others running against Tenney for the Republican nomination: George Phillips and Franklin Sager. George Phillips did send us a statement regarding Brindisi's announcement and his case against facing Tenney in the primary election. He says, quote, "I believe Republican primary voters will agree that we need a fresh face to take on Brindisi. I am the Republican candidate who has the strongest vision and is the most electable in this primary race. I will continue to hold Tenney to task on her voting record in Congress, which included an F rating with the American Conservative Union, votes on standalone legislation to force the U.S. military to pay for transgender military surgeries, and studies on climate change and opposition to work requirements for welfare recipients." The primary election is June 23rd. Jason, back to you.
Caitlin Erla, thank you. New tonight.